if I wanted to start a business in college, here's how I do it. For context, I did start a business in college. I finished at UCLA, and I'm really interested in helping people start businesses and like iterate quickly and test ideas and just build momentum while they're in school so that they can graduate school and pursue their creative careers as they wish. So if I was in school and I was like, wow, I'm in class, I'm like taking these classes, I'm interested, but I know I want to do my own thing. I have all these ideas. I have creative projects I want to pursue. I have business ideas I want to try. I would start with like really organizing my thoughts and brainstorming my ideas and being like, okay, what are the skills I actually have right now? Where can I provide value right now? What am I actively interested in? What sounds like expansive work to me? What's something I would love to do? What is something that I would love to struggle with? Because starting a business is hard. Yes, it sounds glamorous and fun, but there's a lot of parts that are just like the admin daily things that are difficult, just like any other job. And what are the things I would like to struggle through? And I would mind dump basically where I'm at, business ideas I already have, and being really realistic, like, okay, like what can I do right now with the skill set I have, and how can I start now? From there, I would pick 2 to 3, and I would consider this as my like little MVP phase. MVP stands for minimal viable product. When you have a business idea, a lot of times people like to strategize and make a website and design the logo and figure out the branding. The best and most strongest thing to do in terms of like success and conducivity to actually making progress and building momentum is getting real feedback and getting in front of real people and exposing your idea and concepts. Because when you're a founder or a creative person, you can have an idea and like just really be established in your vision and writing in your journal and designing things and being really fluffy about the idea. But like when you actually go to expose yourself, you don't have the ability to communicate it, and maybe the idea is just, it's okay to have bad ideas. Not every idea is going to hit. And when you iterate quickly and when you get yourself out there quickly and you expose yourself, it does 2 things. First of all, it gets you feedback quickly. Second of all, it relieves the pressure on your project, because when you invest hours and hours and hours on a project before you even communicate it to somebody or expose it to somebody or put yourself out there with it, you build up a relationship with the idea and get really invested in something that might not be the thing for you. And if you get out there quickly and you talk to people, you get feedback, and then when you get momentum and real feedback, you're like, okay, this is something that I should pursue. I'm feeling good about it. Or, okay, maybe this isn't the one, or maybe I'm not ready for this, or maybe I need to like go actively seek out some skills before I pursue this idea. And you can do that through direct network, your friends, your family, your parents, friends and family. You can reach out to professors. That's the thing about the university system. You have professors that are masters in their craft everywhere. And if you actively seek out opportunities and actively seek out connections, you will find them in the university system. Same as like even your direct network in terms of your college peers. So at that point, I would just ask around, do some cold outreach, do some warm outreach, and even talk to your friends about it in your direct community, depending on what you're working on and where your target audience is. And by letting it be an experiment, you are allowing an expansive opportunity for you to be an experimenter. You are in school. You don't know everything. The whole purpose of this phase is to be wandering and exploring and experimenting so that you can collect data and understand yourself in the process of entrepreneurship and understand how you learn and how you respond to exposure and how you respond to adversity. And those are all very useful data points in terms of building businesses long-term or pursuing creative careers long-term or creative projects, whatever it is you're doing. So say I went out and I like got my idea in front of people. I did cold outreach. You can look up tools to find outreach tools. You can do it in your university. You can reach out to people you know. After going through that process, did the idea hit? If no, let it go. Let it go for now. You don't have to be married to it forever. You don't have to cut it off forever, but you're letting it go right now. If yes, okay, so how do we continue building this? At this point, I would like do some more research. I would continue doing outreach. I would continue talking to as many people as I could. Would continue exposing myself. If you're on the internet, comfortable on the internet, I would use the internet as a tool to talk about the idea and build in public, for so to speak, and just see what the feedback is. And at that point, if I'm like, okay, I really want to invest in this, your college, the university system has so many resources, free resources. You have entrepreneurship clubs. You have maker spaces. I mean, it depends on the school, but at UCLA, they had a maker space where you could like design t-shirts and print vinyl and print stickers and a sewing machine and different types of printers and just creative tools to actually make stuff. So you can like essentially develop a product for very low cost. You have the college bubble of a direct community, a college campus. So geographically there's a bubble, and within like your relationships there's a bubble. You have art clubs, you have mentorship programs, you have alumni programs. At UCLA, there was a department called Digital Humanities, and they gave out free domains for students to build out websites. There are resources. You just have to actively seek them out and try and find the tools that will help you get to your next step. Through all this, you're using your tools, you're iterating, you're setting a foundation, and you're building, and you're having fun, right? Because you're in school, and that's the beauty of pursuing a creative project or business while you're in school. You have time. You have time, like more flexibility in your schedule. You have structure and systems to like that are conducive to your success, pre-laid out, right? Like you already have a routine because you're going to classes, you're doing all the things. You have the professors and leaders and community members that will help you and support you through the ups and downs of this process while you're generating revenue and making sales. I took little bullets for this one. Okay, yeah, part of this as well is the identity work behind starting something. So for me personally, at least, like the hardest part of pursuing any creative project was exposure and fear of being seen trying. Essentially, like your young adult life is meant for being able to identify where your weaknesses lie. It's meant to learn how to learn. It's meant to explore what is of interest. It's meant to learn about yourself and learn how you respond to things. And by putting yourself in a position to fail early on through experimenting with a business, because clearly if you're watching this video, you're somebody that's interested in business, you're building the muscle of exposure, and exposure is success, right? Like if you have the ability to face rejection and put yourself out there and create opportunity for yourself, that is how you create success and how you build success and how you find momentum in your interests and pursuing things that you love. And I think that I started my business honestly on like the second half of my college journey. Had I started sooner, I would have built that muscle of confidence way earlier on, which would have allowed me to set a stronger foundation for myself post-grad. Speaking of foundation, that's another tip. Something that really helped me was I worked my way through college. I was really frugal about my spending, and I was really strategic about my financial goals, and that allowed me to set a financial foundation for myself so that I had like money and resources to use to invest in my projects and allow myself to kind of build my businesses. But yeah, back to the exposure thing, like it doesn't always have to be exposure about your business. Exposing yourself socially, exposing your ideas, just talking about your ideas. Not everybody's gonna get it. People are gonna love your stuff, love your idea, think you're brilliant, and other people are gonna be like, girl, I don't get it, like what are you doing? And that's by design, and that will follow you throughout your whole life, throughout your whole entrepreneurship journey. And for me, you like my wolf mug? For me, the sooner that I started building the skill of rejection and building my comfort with people not understanding me, the faster I was able to like really own my shit, own my space, know that I'm not perfect, I'm still figuring it out, but kind of feel confident enough to continue through that uncertainty, because everyone's uncertain. Nobody knows what's going on. We're all just kind of experimenting and practicing and like figuring things out as we go. And like when I considered my social life as a data point, essentially, that would help me in other ways. Boom, confidence building, because I used to be quiet and afraid, and I still am sometimes, but that's just part of it. Okay, classes, projects, and assignments. This was so key for me. I guess it's all personal, but I was somebody that felt like a lot of times I was passive in my coursework because I was like, why is this just not hitting? I feel like nobody around me is engaged, nobody's applying themselves. And when I was in a passive environment, I didn't feel good about that, because I felt like I like being someone that tries hard. I like being someone that applies myself and does the best that I can at any given point in time, because I like doing my best and really working hard and I don't know, just doing the best that I can in any given moment is a value of mine. So when I noticed myself starting to be passive in my coursework, I was like, okay, so why is this? And it was because I thought that there wasn't value to be had from it. And when I redesigned my curriculum and the classes I was taking and my major process to be really intentional about like, okay, where do I want to be? And maybe if I don't know what I want to do for my career, what are the skills I want to have? And designing my curriculum so that I could take the classes that would get me those skills, take the classes that would teach me something that I was already going to have to learn for my business. That angle helped me because then I felt like, okay, I'm building my business and I'm also just happen to be in school and I can use the resources from school to work on the things I actually love. And that mindset really, really helped me because I thought that I was just in school for the degree, and really you're in school for so much more than just a degree. And to piggy off of that, I was able to use a lot of my projects and assignments that I was turning in for school for things that I was going to do for my business anyways. So, for example, if you're taking a design class and you have to do some type of graphic design, pitch proposal, modeling thing, you can use that for your own business and have a project or an assignment turned in for school that you now can apply that to the project you're doing. And that was really expansive for me, and I really wish that I had done that sooner because you can use the existing system and structure and make it work for you instead of working for it, and then basically do two things at the same time where you're getting the degree but also using the degree to build the skills that you would want for your business. And I think that's the most for me, it was the most expansive like model of balancing my education and my skill development, obviously. But I think like sometimes people like fall into the trap of thinking that school is just about getting a job, and it is about getting a job, but a lot of it is also just about learning how to learn and learning how to figure yourself out and learning how to identify where your weaknesses are so that you can build the skills to get where you want to go. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I think overall, I really, as someone that's really spontaneous and creative, and I knew I wanted to do my own thing, but also I knew that I was going to need to learn how to build my ability to be routine based and like have structure, because I just tended to be someone that was very on the go, spontaneous, always jumping at the next thing instead of like really sticking to things long term. Education was important for me, for teaching me that level of commitment and structure, and like teaching me how to build those systems for myself when I don't have the academic setting. And I think if you find a way to use school to your advantage while still allowing yourself to have the creative flexibility to work on the things you want to do and allow yourself to explore what's possible, anything's possible. Like, I just said possible twice, but it's just about being action biased, putting yourself out there, not thinking about it too much and getting stuck in your head with the idea, and just getting out there, testing it fast, iterating quickly, and then based on what you find out, you collect data and move into the next direction. And yeah, stay hungry. What does Steve Jobs say? He's like, there's a quote, it's like, stay hungry, stay foolish. And that is a great line for young adulthood, and especially for creative people and founders. Do your ideas, follow them. You have them for a reason. I think that people that have specific ideas have them because their worldview and past experiences and personality and skill sets led them to that idea. So if you have an idea, you're probably the best person to execute on it. Everything's been done before. Nobody's genius. You don't have to live up to some like unrealistic expectations. If a lot of founder content and entrepreneurship talks about like being a multi-billionaire or being the next big tech founder with AI and solving, okay, yes, those are all things, but you can also do business for fun. You can have a creative project that is a side hustle. You can have a creative business that is just an opportunity to generate social impact and create community, and anything is possible, and your intentions and your perspective and like your values as a person connects to business, and it connects to your academic journey, and it's all connected. And these are all really obvious things, and now I'm just ranting and rambling because I'm having fun talking to camera. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I love you. I'm so grateful for you guys. I've been having so fun with you. Oh my gosh, yapper. I'm having so much fun with YouTube. I think that I really enjoy the long form process, but I can tell, like, today I had some notes, but sorry, this is my personal life update, by the way. I can tell when I start getting off track, and I can tell when I start rambling, and I want to actually be useful to people, and I want it to be about me and expression and like documenting my process, but I also want it to be about like, I love when people do things they love. I love when people start things that are like personal and exciting to them and that are expansive to their life. I love when people feel like not destined, but like a natural desire and drive to work on something, because that makes your work life feel fun and big and expansive. And I just love the concept of having really symbiotic work life and personal lives, in terms of like, you enjoy your work and your work is a natural extension of you because it's something you love to do. And yeah, you're not always going to love it. There's always going to be hard parts, but if you love what you do better work. And I just think that the more people doing what they love, the better like we would be as a society, even just like in terms of happiness and stuff. But yeah, so I'm just been yapping about these things, and I find YouTube a bit intimidating because it's very vulnerable and personal, and I know that I have not edited the videos much or done, you know, the things that they say you do to be successful on YouTube, but I just have to do it how it works for me, and this is what works for me right now. And maybe in the future I'll have those systems in place, but right now I don't. Anyways, I'm in this really, really adorable little house with these beautiful windows. Like, this is the bed. Are you joking? My dream house is just windows, and I love spaces that are inside but feel like they're outside. I love it for work. I love it for cozy home time, and I'm just really grateful to be here. Thank you for listening. I'm wearing my villager woman dress, and yeah, sorry, I lost you guys for a second by rambling, but stay hungry, stay foolish. And if you are interested in learning more about what I do or starting something yourself and you need help, click the link below. I love helping people. I love talking to people, and I started the Stan Store thing just so that I can kind of have a system in place to actually get in front of people and talk to people and help and like collaborate and build momentum, because that's like my favorite thing ever. Love you guys.